Hi everybody, this is Renita Burgess. I am doing a special video for those girls and women who have experienced rape or sexual abuse, sexual assault. Um, it is a very sensitive subject, so this is for those who have experienced that and don't know how to overcome it, and they still have it in the back of their mind. Some people, some women, they have this still in them for a long time and they never really know how to overcome it, or they don't actually overcome it. But when you overcome this, you feel free and you feel like a burden is lifted off you. Um, this happens to basically young girls, sometimes high school students, sometimes it mostly happens a lot to college freshmen. I was a college freshman, and it happened to me when I was 18 years old. That was around five, I know it was around 8 years ago, actually, almost 8 years. Yeah, almost 8 years ago. See, I forgot all about it, but I can't even remember the exact year. But it took me 5 years to get over this, and I didn't really have a counselor or a psychiatrist. Um, and that's really hard to do. I had to find a solution about how to get over this. I got over it within, I think, my mid-20s. Right now I'm in my late 20s, and that's one of the hardest things that we do is hold on to this and relive the memories for all this time. Let it go. It's the past. I know you don't want to let it go because it's something bad that happened to you and you think that the people will get away, but you can't go back and rewind time. All you can do is just focus on the present and the future. When you breathe, you let air out, and that air disappears, is in the past. It is out of you. You should let things in the past out as well. Um, Back to my story. I remember when I was a freshman, there was there was like so many upperclassmen guys surrounded around the freshman dormitory, and I always thought that they were maybe I thought it was a hangout spot. I didn't know why all these guys were preying on the freshman girls. And I was saying maybe it's a hangout spot, but this janitor, he said they just want fresh meat. And I didn't really, me coming from a small town where that doesn't really happen, you don't really see people pass around a bunch of women. So, and these girls, like, we were, like, away from home our first year, and this mostly happens to innocent girls, who are on their own for the first time. And this happened to me from someone that I trusted, and he seemed like a clean-cut guy. He didn't seem dangerous, but everyone, they said he was a nice guy. And this happened to me in January of 2005. Yeah, and it took me a long time to get over it. I felt dirty. I felt helpless. I felt worthless. And I was, the guys who did it to me, they blamed me and said it was my fault, which was theirs. And I felt, oh, I can't get any help for this because it's my fault. I blamed myself. And sometimes I felt like blaming myself was a way for me to get over it, which it wasn't true. When you are a victim, it means that it was not your fault. This happened to you. You were forced. You were taken advantage of. You had no idea this was going to happen. It just happened. And one thing that you must do in order to get over this is to not blame yourself. When you blame yourself, you are pushing yourself further into depression, pushing yourself further to not overcoming what happened, pushing yourself back in more, pushing yourself deeper into your life to feel worse than how you felt when this happened to you. So you don't want to do that. So one thing you have to do in order to get over this is to not blame yourself, to not say it's your fault, to not point fingers at you. This is not anything that was supposed to happen to you. It was not meant to happen to you. You were forced and you were taken advantage of. So you were a victim. Victims don't get blamed for things. Number two, the other way you can get over this is to face the fact that it happened. Face your fear. Don't run from it. If you have to think about it, if you have to cry it out, if you have to tell someone, if you have to write it out, do that. Let it out. As long as you let it out, as long as you face the fear and know that it happened, you will overcome it. Just I know you want to think about it, but think about it. Think about what happened. Know that it happened to you. Face your fear of what happened. And you will feel like, oh, I let it out. I know what happened now. And the more you do that, it'll become something that disappears. Also, number 3 is to, even if, sometimes you can tell someone, if you told the police or if you told the school counselor, even if they didn't help you, knowing that you told someone is one way also to overcome it, because it's showing that you care for yourself, that you were trying, that you love yourself. You know that you love yourself because you want to help yourself. And for me, no one really helped me out with my incident. The police didn't want to help me. The school told me I didn't have evidence, and that really put a lot on me. So it was bad. So in order for you to overcome it, at least try to get help. At least try to tell someone when it happens, even if it doesn't work for you. And just know that this is something that happened in the past.